You feel like you can't turn your brain off. You can't seem to get anything done. In fact, you can't even find the motivation to start. I hear this all the time, and my first question is always, what have you been avoiding? Hey, we all have things we don't like to think about. Maybe it's a bill that's overdue or a difficult conversation you've been putting off. Maybe it's a specific task or assignment you've been avoiding. I'm going to give it to you straight. The reason you're stressed is not because there's not enough time or that you don't have enough money or that things just don't ever seem to go your way. It's because you're not doing the things that you know you need to do in order to clear all this up. Easy enough, you say, but how can I do anything when I really don't want to think about all the things I have to do? Here are the facts. What's happening in your brain is something called the avoidance paradox. Simply put, whenever you feel that jolt of responsibility pinging at your heart to do something you've been avoiding and you keep pushing all those thoughts away, you're training your brain to reward you by temporarily removing that anxious feeling. Temporarily is the key word here. If you keep avoiding doing the things you know you have to get done, your brain compensates for your avoidance behavior by putting those thoughts into a worry loop, which it keeps bringing up again and again. Only now every time that loop pops up, it feels worse and worse, and the anxiety attached to it gets stronger and stronger. Your brain never forgets. It wants you to feel safe. When it realizes you're not doing anything to correct the situation, it pops into overdrive and it pulls those worry loops up more and more frequently. And here's the real problem. It's never going to stop. This persistent mental dread is not healthy, not at all. And over time, it manifests as real, measurable physical damage across multiple bodily systems. You get headaches, you experience acid reflux, you feel drained of energy and filled with dread. And when you lay your head down on your pillow at night, your brain dumps all those thoughts back into your mind, causing you to stress, to imagine a pile of worst-case scenarios, to toss and turn, and to have a super difficult time falling asleep. Given enough time, you'll start to experience elevated cortisol levels, immune system suppression, chronic fatigue, and cardiovascular strain that can lead to a litany of serious health issues. Listen, I spent most of my life living in this amygdala hijack zone, which is exactly where this all puts you. Instead of waking up every morning on purpose, filled with excitement, joy, and energy to start a brand new adventure, you're stuck in survival mode, and that ain't a fun place to be. Thankfully, I found something that works for me that not only permanently quiets all those mental reminders, but helps you get things done. I call it thought filtration meditation. I can see what you're doing. Once you heard the word meditation, your eyes rolled back in your head and your finger is now moving toward that little X in the top right corner. But before you click this video off, why not hear me out? When I first heard about meditation, I was like, no way, that's just not for me. Sitting cross-legged on a pillow in my pajamas with my arms extended going, Om, is never going to solve anything. Well, here's the good news. There's more than one kind of meditation. In fact, you probably do a form of thought filtration meditation right now, only it's not something you're in the habit of doing on a regular basis because you haven't yet experienced the benefit it brings. But I'm here to challenge you today. Listen to what I have to say and just try it out. Thought filtration meditation is super simple. All it requires is you sitting alone in a quiet place talking to your brain. That's right, you're actually going to have a conversation with your own brain. And here's how it works. You start by saying something out loud or just mentally like, "Hi brain, this is your boss speaking. What racing thoughts do you have for me today?" Then just sit comfortably and listen. I absolutely guarantee you that your brain is going to send you something. It might not come through in actual words or sentences, but it will always send you something. Maybe it's a feeling or a visual reminder, but you don't need words. I mean, it's your brain and you know exactly what it's trying to tell you. Now, here's the most important part. Accept it. Drop your guard entirely and just listen. At first, it's not going to feel good at all. You've been avoiding this for a reason. Maybe it fills you with instant dread. Maybe it makes you sad or angry. Maybe it makes you experience regret or shame. Let it in. Your brain can't scare you now because you are in control and it knows it. You're the boss, and when you address it directly, it has to listen to you. This is the part most people overlook. When you are focused and honest with your brain, you assume instant control. It's a pretty powerful sensation. After that worry loop spills out into the open, just sit there with it, acknowledging how it makes you feel. Now comes the filtration part. At this moment, you get to judge the validity of this worry loop. Is it true? Is this something that actually requires your attention? Is there something you need to do? If the answer is yes, then you're going to build a plan for resolving this issue permanently and for good. And the best part is, right now, in this exact moment, you only have to come up with step 1. Now that you face the issue, you can safely and without any discomfort come to a clear decision on what that first step will be to deal with this the right way, the honest way, even if that first step is painful, even if it's going to have repercussions, even if you don't actually know what that first step should be. That last part can be scary. What if I have no idea what to do? Have no fear, because in this case, your first step is actually way easier than you think. Ask for help. Believe it or not, you don't have the answers for everything. Very few people do, but we fall into a trap of believing that we have to figure this out for ourselves, that it's no one else's business. It's private, it's embarrassing. That's why you've overlooked it. There's always someone, and you already know who that someone is. Maybe it's a counselor or a pastor or a parent or a trusted friend. Maybe it's your partner. Maybe it's a person directly linked to this feeling of dread and neglect that you've been avoiding all along. You don't have to solve it all in one session. You probably won't. It's very likely going to take several sessions sitting down and talking to your brain to see if that same worry loop keeps popping up. Just keep at it every day. Each time you revisit a worry loop, you're draining some of its energy. You get stronger and it gets weaker until the loop is finally broken. Face the worry loops without fear. They're just pictures and feelings in your head that your brain created to try to help you feel better. Don't blame your brain. It's just doing its job. It's your job to present it with a resolution plan so you can release it from its obligation, so you can both move on to bigger and better things. If you send one of your thought loops through filtration and you're able to decide that the information it contains isn't even real, such as you've just been catastrophizing about something that might not even happen, or that you've been believing something is true without any real evidence, then you're actually in the best shape ever, because you get to say this: Mr. Brain, sorry you had to go through all that, but that worry loop isn't valid. Cancel all alarms. You can forget about it now. I give you permission to permanently erase any responsibility you had to helping me sort that one out. I'm here for you too, buddy. If you're interested in working with me to learn more about how thought filtration meditation can help you permanently reduce all those racing thoughts in your head, just follow the link in the description below for more details. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.